I worked as the receptionist at a 4-star hotel. I'm 25 years old, and I've been in this position for over a year. I'm in good shape, standing at about 1 meter 6 or 7, weighing 50 kilograms. I have a pretty face with delicate features, big and bright eyes that seem to hold a hint of charm, a straight nose, and rosy lips that always curl up in a friendly smile. My long black hair flows smoothly over my shoulders, adding to my charm. I'm recognized as the shop flower of the hotel. This year on May Day, our department had a gathering. It was after 10 p.m. after work. We went to a nearby KTV to have fun. Usually, it's organized by the department head, but this time it was a bit different. It was initiated by the general manager of our hotel, saying it was to enhance the connection among us. The general manager is 35 years old and surnamed Young. He is a man of medium build, with sharp eyes that seem to see through everything. His every gesture exudes a sense of confidence and authority. He is flexible, shrewd, and highly capable. In just 5 months in the company, he came up with many innovative ideas and implemented effective strategies that increased the hotel's turnover by 30%. Moreover, he usually likes to give young people opportunities. Every time we entered the hotel, he greeted us warmly with a genuine smile on his face, so I've always had a favorable impression of him. I heard that his family is in another town, although he is married. Since the headquarters sent him to work in this city, he rented a house near the unit alone. Normally when we come to KTV, I just sing and drink with everyone, but this time, Manager Yang took the initiative to toast me several glasses of wine. His gaze was fixed on me as he raised his glass, and his words were filled with sincerity and praise. He said not only was I beautiful, but also my work ethic was commendable. I always received guests with warmth and thoughtfulness, and he believed there would be great prospects for my development in the future. Seeing that the general manager spoke with such enthusiasm, I was too embarrassed to decline and drank cup after cup. After 12 o'clock, the party was coming to an end. When I stood up, a wave of dizziness hit me like a tidal wave. The room seemed to spin round me, and I felt as if my legs had turned into jelly, unable to support my weight. I couldn't walk alone, so Manager Yang stepped forward promptly and said he would drive me home. Everyone said goodbye at the door and scattered in a hurry. I was supported by Manager Yang, my body leaning heavily against him as we made our way to his car. I could smell the faint scent of his cologne, a mix of woody and spicy notes. After that, I collapsed in the passenger seat and lost consciousness. When I regained awareness again, I found myself lying on a double bed in an unfamiliar room. The bed was incredibly soft and comfortable, as if I were sinking into a cloud. The purple curtains in the room were drawn, blocking out most of the light, creating a somewhat mysterious and intimate atmosphere. The decoration was simple yet very tasteful, with a few modern artworks hanging on the walls that added a touch of elegance. The lamp on the bedside table emitted a faint yellow glow, casting soft shadows on the walls. The door to the room was closed, but through the narrow gap, I could see the living room with the lights on, revealing a glimpse of the neatly arranged furniture. At this time, the sound of the water dispenser pouring water into cups could be faintly heard outside. The gentle gurgling sound added to the quietness of the moment. I peeked out through the gap, my heart pounding like a drum. My breathing became shallow and rapid as I anxiously waited to see what would happen next. I found that Manager Yang's figure flashed past the door. My heart started pounding even more violently. If this was Manager Yang's house, how could I be here? Don't! I kept asking myself what to do, but then a splitting headache hit me, immediately stopping my chaotic thoughts. The world spun for a while, and I gave up the urge to get out of bed. I decided to wait and see and respond accordingly, so I lay down on the bed and continued to pretend to be asleep. Manager Yang gently pushed open the door and walked to my bedside. His footsteps were soft and cautious, as if he was afraid of disturbing me. I lay motionless on the bed, my heart racing beneath my chest. Manager Yang slowly sat down at the head of the bed, the mattress sinking slightly under his weight. He reached out and nudged me twice, his touch gentle yet firm. Zhao Liu, get up and drink a cup of tea to relieve the hangover, he said in a soft and coaxing tone. I smelled his man's perfume, a rich and intoxicating scent that filled my nostrils and made my brain feel dizzy. Only then did I realize that he had just taken a shower. His hair was still damp, and water droplets glistened on his skin. At this time, Manager Yang gently climbed onto the bed and lay down next to me. The smell of a man who had just bathed, mixed with the scent of fine perfume, invaded my senses. His body heat radiated towards me, making the air around us feel thick and charged. I felt a little confused. Now, I knew what he was going to do to me, but what should I do? Should I refuse or let him do as he pleased? Just when I was hesitating, he suddenly held my hands down with a surprising force. His lips pressed against mine, his kiss urgent and demanding. Then, he started kissing my earlobes and neck, his breath hot and heavy. A man's breath approached, and the heat he exhaled irritated my sensitive areas, making me feel a little weak. Probably thinking that I was really drunk and unconscious, he didn't encounter any resistance from me. Slowly, he removed the hands that were pressing me and started taking off my shirt. His movements were eager yet somewhat clumsy. Since it's May Day and the weather here has started to get hot, I was wearing only a white polar short-sleeved shirt and a pink miniskirt. Manager Yang quickly took off my shirt, his fingers brushing against my skin, sending shivers down my spine. At first, I was so frightened by Manager Yang's actions that I didn't know how to react. My mind went blank, and my body froze in shock due to nervousness. I didn't feel much in my body as Manager Yang's kisses and caresses became more intense. My body gradually started to respond involuntarily. My breathing quickened, and my heart pounded even harder. I knew that if I didn't act quickly, I wouldn't be able to pretend to be asleep anymore, and there was a possibility of losing control. But what on earth should I do? At this moment, Manager Yang suddenly stopped all the violating actions. He stood up, his expression a mix of confusion and determination. Zhao Liu, do you still want to pretend to be asleep? Now it's time for the show, he said, his voice carrying a hint of challenge. Hearing what Manager Yang said, I knew it was pointless to continue pretending to be asleep. I pretended to wake up suddenly, my eyes wide open in faint surprise and panic. What are you going to do? I have a boyfriend, I shouted, my voice trembling slightly. Manager Yang said indifferently, his face showing no sign of remorse or hesitation. It's okay, he's back in his hometown, he won't know. I have a wife too, I won't ruin your relationship with him in the future. I have a good impression of you. You're an undergraduate student majoring in tourism management, right? Do you want to be a receptionist all the time? Today is a great opportunity, and we all need to seize it. I heard him say that and realized that he had planned this for me. The words unspoken rules popped into my mind. Although I was already moved by his sweet words and the promise of career advancement, I still struggled to hold on to my moral ground. You have a wife, I have a boyfriend. It's not right for us to do that. I insisted, my voice firm yet tinged with uncertainty. Manager Yang said, there's nothing right or wrong. We're enjoying life and having a good time. Neither of them is with you or me. Isn't it good for both of us now? His words were like a siren's song, tempting me with the allure of power and success. In this way, after a fierce internal struggle and momentary weakness, I gave in, to everyone's surprise, and to my own surprise as well. A month later, I, who had been working for less than 2 years, was exceptionally promoted to the position of secretary to the manager of this national hotel chain. And I am in the same office with Manager Yang, and it's my responsibility to serve him.